I do these every now and then, and I generally do get positive feedback from all of you when I do. So here's one of those Let's Chat videos to satisfy your second screen for the time it takes you to create a pizza. Grab yourself a cup of tea, coffee, or chalky milk, sit back, relax, and enjoy. So for the past few weeks, I feel like, update-wise, there hasn't really been much for me to cover, and it isn't that I rely on these updates to make videos, but they sure do make uploading consistently easier for me. At the same time, if there's less news, I technically have more time to work on the projects I was working on the side while also covering the news, which is why you're seeing some 99 guides releasing as the past few weeks, or basically since 110 crafting, there hasn't really been all that much for me to do. The reason I've been revamping these 99 guides, and I'm going to revamp a couple others, is A, of course, because some are really outdated and I do need and want to update them. But it kind of is impossible to make those videos within a short time frame, so you're forced to space out the work, which really makes it more manageable with my current schedule, because there are times I can only dedicate 30 minutes, 60 minutes, maybe 2 hours to a video due to life. It can get busy, especially if you start to prioritize it. But don't worry, I still have my dedicated moments where I do work on YouTube videos. For example, Monday during the day, during update day, which is why I always cover the news, or at least when it's interesting. Now, there is another good reason why you haven't been seeing as many uploads as usual, and that's because I've been spending some time scheduling videos, so working on videos that you don't see yet, to go live while I'm on holiday in Spain this September. So that's definitely affecting my current upload schedule, because it's not like I can magically double my output. I simply do not have the time. I don't know if there's any other creators watching this video, but something about slowing things down now in order to prep ahead and then kind of upload even though you're not at home, and something about that process is super satisfying. Being on holiday and then suddenly, boom, there's a video, it goes live, and it's, for you, the viewer, it's just as if I was never on holiday. You would never know. I mean, I do make an announcement post, but you would never know. It's super satisfying. You're exploring a city or you're on the beach and then, hey, you check your phone, your video's live, you see some comments. Life's good. Life's good. So I've said this before and I'll say it again, but I'm very much a seasonal player, which is also partially the reason I cover the RuneScape news as a main form of content, because it keeps me updated just as much as it keeps you updated. The biggest update left to release this year is releasing in just 2 weeks, being Amascut the Devourer, following the quest grand finale coming next week. In today's news post, they announced the announcement of the upcoming quest, which is a thing Jagex sometimes does. Whatever, I guess. Anyways, the quest releasing a week prior to the boss is honestly preferred in my eyes, is a preferred way of releasing the content, because then you can take your time with the quest, you don't need to rush through it, and once the actual boss releases, bam, you can jump into the boss. No need to do some kind of quest, you can just get your PVM gear ready, wait for the update timer, and then jump in straight away. Well, except for the race towards first. I want to preface this by saying that this is fantastic for Twitch streamers, content creators, Twitch streamers, and groups of players that are fantastic at PvM. But for me, I dislike the idea of the normal mode being locked until 6 PM Amsterdam time, because it contradicts the entire way I personally enjoy learning PvM. And I can't imagine the majority of the player base is going to be able to take on this boss in that challenge mode, which is why I think locking it away from those players that, if you're in European time zones and you're not at work, will be disappointed that you cannot access the boss straight away. Now, I'll be realistic, it's only 3 hours until everyone gets access to normal mode, but still it feels a bit off. Yeah, I get that you want to hype it up, but it kind of feels like you're punishing the average player, and I assume you have to be above average to take on this boss in challenge mode. Like, it's going to be properly difficult, surely. Personally, I enjoy learning PvM by doing the easier version of the boss fight and then trying hard mode. I mean, that's kind of how you unlock things. I mean, just look at Zark hard mode. Until you get a flawless kill, you cannot access hard mode. Sanctum and Rebirth, same thing. After normal mode, you gain access to hard mode. The reason I prefer learning PvM this way is because if a boss doesn't absolutely destroy your HP bar while you're killing it, or you get nuked instantly, you have time to focus on what's going on, because you don't panic. Then once you get those mechanics done with, you can, move out up a tier where they're faster, or they hit harder, or you just take more damage overall. And the reason I feel this way is because, well, The older I get, I'm 25 now, the less I care about all the sweaty tryhard stuff RuneScape has to offer. There's just so much going on in life that sometimes you want to sit down, enjoy some RuneScape, whether that's skilling or combat, without needing to go full tryhard all the time. What I'm trying to apply is, with the release of multiple difficulties, I was hoping for the freedom to choose how I engage with the new boss, not feel forced into the harder one. That's kind of why they've released both normal and hard mode for so many bosses, right? By the way, this is not to say I'm not excited. I love me some fresh combat content. I just want to have the choice to pick between tricky and super difficult, because that's the way I see it. Feel free to agree or disagree with me down in the comments below, but I think we could have a world's first race without the normal mode being locked out of, well, the average player's hands. Actually, I think both normal and hard mode are locked out of, well, options. The world's first version, unless they change that, is supposed to be a step above hard mode, which will make it even less accessible to PVMers. Anyways, the other thing I dislike about amascut the Devourer is the fact that this is supposed to be a group boss and it, for some reason, doesn't scale down to solo. I'm surprised they're focusing on this being a group boss opposed to, well, they said they've learned from all their previous experiences, and I mean, I'm pretty sure the trend for bossing has been small groups or solo since 2017. This is a survey from 2017. People do not like group bosses. For as much as RuneScape is an MMO, it's very much a single-player-y game, with the exception of maybe Discord communities. In terms of other content coming up, I'm really excited for the area expansion coming 2026, being Haven Hive. Yes, there will be 110s part of it, but there's a lot of other content that this, expansion or expansions to the game will add. I might be a little bit optimistic based on what I've heard at RuneFest, but I'm really excited for Haven Hive, and it kind of feels like new territory for Jagex. Whether or not that will be the case is, well, time will tell, as always. As for the 110s, 110 Hunter, I hope they will add something significantly different than the previous 110s. They weren't necessarily bad, but they felt a little bit lacking. Maybe going to 120 in one go would have been better in terms of content added. But hey, that's their goal after they extend all skills to 110. So we'll see. 110 Thieving and then 110 Hunter. And then probably some more 110s unless they seemingly don't work, at which point they might drop the idea of extending skills to 110 entirely. That's still an option, guys. It still is. That's most of my thoughts for now. I've been busy. Turns out a full-time job and a relationship really do take up a lot of time. But life's been treating me well. And you, the viewer, I hope it's treating you well too. And guys, please, Next I'll Take is my second channel. There's no need to accuse the channel, aka me, of copying myself. I just renamed it a while back. I kind of wish I had more time to spend on that channel and also upload other games I play, but I can't find the time currently. I still do intend to do something with that channel in the future though, so if you're interested in something else, make sure you subscribe. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it interesting. If you did, leave a like down below and maybe even consider subscribing to this channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.